Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you have not seen the other video I did on how Legion wins crits, this is the race that we went over when Justin Williams won and the tactics he used. Go and check that out. But today we're going to go over day 2 of Tulsa Tough and talk about how Legion lost. And I really want you to, I really encourage you to watch this into the end, because the result is definitely associated or related to what happens in the first half of this race. And I started it here. This is a preem lap, 5 minutes in, excuse me, and you see Ty on the front, essentially making sure that that doesn't go anywhere. And right after, I believe this may be the next lap even, we see a 2-up attack from 2 riders on the German team. I believe that is the German national champ, criterium champ. I don't know his name, but you can see there's another Legion rider right there on high alert, trying to shut that down, and rightfully so, because when you have a move like that going from a really strong team and you're not represented, you want to get up the road. So there's nothing wrong with that move per se, but this group, as it starts to form, there's some really good representation here. You have 2 German riders, you have a Legion rider up the road, but then, like I just pointed out, you have a Legion rider chasing his teammate down. So essentially you have 1 Legion rider here working in the break, and this has American cycling, Legion, 2 German riders, and a Denver disruptor rider. So in a normal race, this is a beautiful break. It's great representation. And by great representation, if you don't know how breakaways work, usually if the stronger teams, if they have a rider up the road in the move, they're happy with that and they're not chasing their teammates down. This race played out a little bit differently, and I want to try to keep track of how many times this happens. So we're gonna fast forward here, almost 13 minutes in. Same thing again. German riders, 2-up attack. Really strong move, because you're doing a 2-up attack, you know that you're with somebody who is going to work with you because they're on your team. And you can see straight away we have 1, 2, 3 Legion riders, guys, chasing this 2-man move down. And this is not even 15 minutes into the race. So this first half of the race is just full gas, high pace. It's not like the Friday night where it was nice and steady. Legion had control. So we have 1 Legion rider up there with the German rider. We have 2 more right behind him. Again, I cannot stress this enough. In any other circumstances, a team would be more than happy with this, right? And you see Michael Hernandez is coming across. He knows they're not represented in this move. There's 2 Legion riders, Texas Roadhouse rider, German rider. This move is dangerous. That's why Michael Hernandez is jumping. He knows. And he gets across, and it looks like we have about 6 riders or so. And now that he's there, most of the major teams are represented. They're represented. Texas Roadhouse guy looks back. There's 2 Legion riders in there. But then what do we see? We have a Michael Hernandez and other people. Then what do we see next, guys? A Legion rider closing down his 2 teammates that are up the road. And this is 15 minutes in. So you have Legion riders working in the break, and then you have Legion riders working from the peloton, closing their teammates down. That is a lot of effort. And now we're 24 minutes in. Looks like Ty's in another move with the Denver Disruptors, and I believe that is the Miami Knights, right? NCL, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. He's on the radio trying to figure out, what do you guys want me to do? Should I work? Should I not work? This is a decent move. It's not as good of a makeup as the previous moves, but you can see the German riders trying to get across. And what do we see? 2 more Legion riders following the German rider, even though their teammate is up the road. So I really am pointing this out for a reason, so that you guys, especially if you're new to racing, this is something that you normally do not do. You never do, especially with, let alone 1 rider. You don't do it with 2 riders. from the same team, chasing down your own teammate 25 minutes into a race. So fast forwarding a little bit, in this same lap, we have Ty Williams still in the front. And you can see how strung out it is. So this has been a hard first half of the race, and it's clear they're working for Justin at this point to me. So usually when you see this type of stuff, it's Justin's probably told him, I want to sprint, do what you need to do, don't let anything get away. And now we're 8 laps to go. Cory is on the front, which tells me 2 things. Cory is not sprinting. And the second thing that it tells me is that the other guys need a break on the Legion team. So you see Cory out of the saddle, trying to keep the pace high. And you got to remember the amount of work that Ty Williams has done, the other guys on the team, to close down these attacks, chase down their own teammates to keep things together. All that matters in the first half of the race. And when it's strung out like that, there's no real time to recover. All right, so they got 2 laps to go, and now they're tasked with keeping this pace high to prevent people from crowding at the front, from launching an attack. That's a big ask after the workload that they've carried in the first half of that race. So we got 2 to go here. Butcher Box Rider comes to the front, not sure why. He's not sure why. He looks back, which makes me think he was probably trying to bring his teammate up. Pulls off, but that gives the Legion riders a little micro break, a much needed micro break. And we have, not sure who this is in the front, Alec or somebody, but 2 to go. And so you can see, here's what I was talking about. The teams are trying to move up. Legion goes over, 1 to go. And Justin is only 3rd wheel back. So it's a long, long way to be 3rd wheel and only have 2 of your teammates in front of you who need to keep the pace at least 30 miles per hour for the next few corners. So let's see what happens, guys. See how this plays out. It gets really, really interesting. A lot that you can learn here, especially if you're new to racing. And we're getting into this toughest part of the course here. I want you to pay attention. A lot happens. All right, so let's look at this climb. This climb peaks at 4.5% at the end of 1 lap to go. Might not be much, but you can see here the top speed on the KOM chart and the top power, 525 watts on the last lap of a crit in an hour race. You kidding me? That's hard. I can't hold that wheel. This is a crucial point. Michael Hernandez bringing up Danny Summerhill. He knows he needs to get his guy up. Justin yells something to Ty. Probably Ty, you're sprinting is what I'm guessing, because he probably just popped. Danny Summerhill is now moving up. He needs to get in front because this is the second to last corner. He needs to move up to 4th wheel, right? Ty is in front. I don't think Ty heard Justin, whatever he yelled. Ty is going all out, as he should, to keep this pace high because he thinks his sprinter is in the wheel or in this group. Ty pulls off. He looks back. Where is Justin? I don't see him. Going into the last corner, think about this. Last corner, I just emptied the tank. Where's Justin? I don't see him. Danny Summerhill knows he needs to be first going into this last corner. He does what he needs to do. And he's probably carrying at least 40 miles per hour going through there. At that point, it's a full out sprint. And you're trying to get to the line first. And remember, Danny was not doing all the work early. I think he was in 1 break that I saw, right? We went over all the breakaways. Danny was in 1 move, I believe. So he's got the freshest legs. All that work matters, guys. All that work matters. So I think it was definitely because the team was doing way too much work to keep things together. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope this was helpful.